Release district.
Agbaya, 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 Agbaya. But come on, cheese.
Come on.
Live in the flesh. In the flesh, we are live. It's the Agbaya show. Make sure you like and subscribe. You know them ones there. You're tuned in with your fine boy, Dano, Veli, Stanfield. Hey, no round of applause, big man. Hey, come on. You know we don't do the pause and that when they call me fine, cause you know them ones there. Like, come on, man. It's one of them days. You know, you thank God for another day. Blessings upon, you know, everyone. I hope you man are having a blessed day. You know, I got a serious guest in the building. Like this one, bro, this is like, we go back at least 10, 15 years. How many years, my guy?
I think we met back in 2011.
Bruv, I look at it now.
2011. Yeah. Wow, it's a long
2025, bro. Like, I'm thankful.
It was
And
011, actually, yeah. 010/011.
Yeah.
I believe, no, 011 for sure.
you see these man there, bro, when I used to see them man in the ends and in uni, fam, you know, you had to, you know, tuck everything in, man. Tuck your chains.
No, not at all.
You know them ones in uni, but Roy was looking at me like,
Don't
bro,
do me
where's
like
my
that.
lunch money, bro? Like, I'm chatting, but nah. Obviously, man's got a very, very good friend in the building. Like, I've been watching his journey, and it's nothing short of phenomenal.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Come on. No, bro, let me do the proper
I
intro,
appreciate
fam. No, man, ain't even finished. Like, you know what it is, yeah? These guests, yeah, because them man are just happy to be here. Like, they're not trying to let me introduce them the right way. I need to roll the red carpet out. I'm playing. Like, no, but obviously, man's got a very serious brother in the building. Like, just even watching your grind, watching your craft, how you put it all together, the transition and the balance. Like, we're gonna dive into that, but it's sick, bro. And I've just got to introduce a good friend. We got Roy, Dano in the building.
Thank you.
Come on, my
It's a
guy.
pleasure to be here.
Come on, man. How you feeling, G?
I'm feeling good.
Yeah?
I mean, this was long waiting for us to sit down and speak, so I'm happy we finally got around to doing it.
100%, man. And you know, one of them ones, before we dive into anything, you know, tell the people them, you know, your name, where you're from, and what you currently do.
Roy Dano, as you said, originally from South East London,
Jeez.
Peckham, Camden estate.
Come on.
That estate doesn't exist no more, to be fair. So, it's not there anymore, where I was born and raised. But, yeah, currently building a marketing company, Pivot Media, which I've briefly spoken to you about. And we're growing.
Come on, man.
It's a very interesting venture, you know, working with different sort of brands, you know, helping them to grow using social media, whether it's, you know, paid advertisement, you know, email marketing, influencer marketing, just overall helping brands to grow. That's what we do at the agency.
No, that is sick, bro. And like, you know, like you said, coming from the ends, Peckham, you know, like, you know, some people can sometimes, you know, call the hood sometimes Hell's Kitchen. You know, because not many people make it out, and some people succumb to, you know, to the pressures of the lifestyle they're trying to maintain. Some people we got friends that are, you know, dead, in jail, and like being able to come out their ends and, you know, blossom even on the behalf of them, because obviously at the same time, like, we do it for ourselves, but we do it for the people around us as well. So I know people out there like in jail, dead, even where they are, like, they're looking at this thinking, bruh, I remember my man, fam. And he actually escaped, bro. I rate him. And like, we were thankful. Like,
Yeah, we're grateful. You know what it is as well? Just coming from that whole demographic, that era, because I was born in Peckham, Camden estate.
Yeah.
But I moved all over South East London, so Woolworth Road, Elephant Castle, Bermondsey, Rotherhithe. And I kind of moved around so much, like, as a young boy. But a lot of the friends that I came up with, as you know, some of them end up going to prison.
Yeah.
Some of them are not here today. And I think it's a matter of the blind leading the blind.
yes.
I don't think anybody had any bad intentions. I don't think anybody was a bad person. But when you live in a certain environment, sometimes you idolize certain things that,
Yep.
and you may not listen to your parents. Let's say, for example, you have an older person in the area that's doing what they need to do to make money, and somebody may look at that and think, you know what, I want to do that because you think it's cool.
Yeah.
But when you grow and you become a man, you realize that don't really mean anything. There's so much more to do out here.
Oh,
So many ways you can do, so many ways to make money, positive ways, legitimate ways, and you can apply yourself in such better ways that you know, you can get to a point where you can start to share that with the younger ones that are coming behind you.
100%.
Not like we're perfect people, you know. We're all growing as men, as people. We all come from somewhere. We've all made mistakes. It's a natural thing, but it's good for us to show the younger ones that you don't have to turn to these negative things in order for you to make money or for you to grow as a person, and that's key.
And bro, well said. That is so key, and it's a case of, I always say to people, especially when I'm even trying to offer advice, the first thing sometimes I tell them is I'm a hypocrite, because right now I'm telling you to not do something that I've probably done.
True.
But the only thing is, like, we have to speak up on badness. Like, even if we done badness, we have to speak up and let the younger lot know that this ain't it. It's not right. We sometimes, I'm not saying that we didn't have a choice. Some of us didn't have a choice. Some of us did, but at the same time, like you said, idolizing the wrong people. You know, parents not probably being available at that time. Like, think about it. Our parents are like the first Africans migrating into this country.
Yeah, it was tough for them.
It's tough. So they didn't really always have time to spend with us, which sort of has a domino effect because we're looking for that company elsewhere. You understand? But whereas we actually are the new generation and the younger lot are looking up to us, we can, like you said, we can show them that there is life outside the ends.
100%.
You see? And
100%.
it's like, I always use this story because it's funny. Like, I went to Amsterdam. Like, this was like 10 years ago. Like 2021. Went with family. We went past the red light district. Like, obviously before that you always hear the stories and whatnot. So as I was walking, my family was like to me, bro, like, brace yourself. You understand? I see the red lights on the floor illuminating, and my heart is like,
you're about to see a madness.
About to see a madness. So obviously, as I'm walking past them, I couldn't even look up to them. I looked, and I looked away, and my bro was like, "Bro, what the hell are you looking? Look in their eyes, bro." I just looked up, stared at them like this. What look like? Raw. Look at all these women. But I would never have got to that sort of situation had I have not sort of come out of my comfort zone, come out of the ends. There's more to life outside. Like, there's people out there going to Morocco and what these sort of things, Dubai, whatnot, but they're not understanding that they have that ability and opportunity to sort of show the younger lot their lifestyle.
I get where you're coming from. I think I understand what you meant now with what you explained.
Yeah.
There's more to life than your area or the small patch that you're coming from.
100%.
You know, you can travel to other countries. You can even go to different parts of the UK. Even if you haven't got the means to travel and go overseas,
you
can go to other parts of even the UK and total different environments.
So how many people have gone to Lake District? Have you been to Lake District?
I haven't, you know.
When I heard of Lake District and I looked at the pictures, I said, this cannot be in the UK. But it's just based on, you know, us being, you know, in just the four corners of the ends.
Coming out of your comfort zone.
There we go.
You have to come out of your comfort zone as well.
Exactly.
There's more to life than just the small patch or the area that you grew up in. Or even London, for example.
Yeah,
coming out of your comfort zone, travel, go to different countries, meet different people, understand different cultures. This is important. That's something that I'm trying to do for my family, my children. Just make them travel more, see the world, meet different people, understand different cultures, bring them back home. So they can see how it is for other children their age over there.
There you go.
You see where I'm coming from?
Of course, but it's one of them ones like, it's time to dive in. Like, I was even talking to you about trying to do Agbaya of the week, but like, I feel like this is one of the only episodes here that I'm gonna put that one under the carpet because there's so much to talk about. Like, when obviously after uni, we left, and if I'm correct, you went into the real estate.
So the journey after uni,
I
didn't dive straight into property. Of course, we finished university, and naturally you're looking for a job. So I went through that phase of looking for a job, trying to apply at different, you know, companies. Remember, at university, I've studied civil engineering.
Sick.
So I came from an engineering background. Even from college, I've studied electrical engineering. So all the way through, it's been engineering. When I finished my studies, I was applying at so much different companies, some of the biggest construction companies in the UK. I was fortunate enough And I say fortunate because some of my peers weren't able to get onto graduate programs. It was tough. Very competitive as well.
I could imagine.
You had to be very aggressive, sending out CVs every single day, application after application. I ended up getting a graduate program for a company called Intersurf Construction. And from that moment on, it took me around the UK working on highways. So when you get a graduate job with these type of companies, they naturally give you a company car, they give you all the additional bonuses, and you can also live in digs. Like you can live on site where you get paid additional subsistence for living away from home. So
just a quick question:
Yeah.
you reaped all of those benefits, yeah?
Yeah, of course, straight. I mean, in the beginning, I was traveling until I realized that you can actually live on these sites. I don't need to be going back to London, going back home, because I was working on the highway, so I'll be working all over the UK.
Okay.
It's too straining to travel back and forth. So just you can find your own accommodation, but if the company's going to pay you to live on site in a converted like cabin, for example, it's still comfortable. Yeah. But it's work 24/7. But even if you're not 24/7, even if we're not working, you're still at work.
Yeah.
Do you see where I'm coming from?
Bro, it's like uni all over again.
Yeah,
like campus.
Basically, exactly that. Basically, so I was fortunate to be working for them for a while. It gave me a lot of experience within engineering, working on highways. But then, even while I was working, I was always someone that was looking at other things I could do. I like to say I've always been business orientated. Yeah. So even though I was working in a career, and to my family, they're very proud. We come from African household, African background. Of course. I'm from Ivory Coast, you're from Nigeria.
Jeez. So Côte d'Ivoire, yeah?
Côte d'Ivoire, yeah. So
yeah, French speaking Côte d'Ivoire.
Yeah, French speaking. Yeah,
ça va? Sorry.
Yeah, so finishing my degree, my family are very proud of me. Yes. Because our parents have came here, they've struggled, and to them, that's the epitome of success. Getting your education, working for a big company. Yeah. And I understand why they look at things that way. I didn't last too long. I probably worked there for a few years, but during that time, I also self-funded my masters and worked for the company part-time. Sick. So I don't think you knew about that. After we finished uni, I worked for a while. Then I told them that I wanted to self-fund my masters to become a chartered engineer. Shit. That's what I wanted to do at the time. Of course, when you're working in a career, you want to progress and reach the the highest of the highest within your career. So that was the plan at the time. So I then moved to Birmingham. I was living in Birmingham for a while. I had a flat there, and I was working for the same company, but I was part-time going to uni as well. Okay. At the same uni.
How was that? Like the balance? Like that must have been tough, man.
It was okay. Yeah. Because the company I was working for accommodated me quite a bit.
Okay, that's
good. They put me on the site in Birmingham. Yeah. I'm living in Birmingham. The drive from Birmingham to Coventry isn't that long. Okay. To be honest, I'm not in university all the time. I'm going to uni, I think, once per week.
Okay, that's not bad.
And everything else is done, online. They give you access to the work and stuff like that. When things got a bit intense, I would go in a few more days, take some time off from work. But overall, it was pretty balanced. But then I was working at the company. I wanted to move on, and I wanted to move up pretty quickly. Yep. So, I decided to move on and apply for another company. Yeah. And when I applied for a different company, I went for the position above where I was working at the previous company. Okay. Just to get a pay rise.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I got it. Come on. You know what? We know we're persistent. We don't.
we don't play. We don't play.
Quit. We always try. So, I done that. Worked for that company, and then shortly after that, I found out that my partner then, who's still my partner now, she was pregnant with my son, Elijah, my firstborn.
Jeez, blessings upon blessings.
Yeah.
So how, before we carry on, when you got the news, you're trying to balance uni and work. What were the emotions that you went through?
For me, I was pretty happy, to be honest with you.
Come on.
My reaction was different from maybe other people. Yeah. Because for me, a child's always a blessing.
Of course,
I was also a little bit anxious because it's a new territory for me. Yeah. But I was happy. I mean, I was confident in myself. I knew that regardless, I could always provide for my child because it's the kind of man that I am. Of course. I always do whatever I can to make sure that I'm providing for my young one. Yeah. So because of that, company I was working for at the time, it wasn't going to work. My partner's based in London. I was thinking of making her move up to the Midlands, but first child, we need support from family. I decided it's best for me to come back to London. So I applied for another job at another company called Ringway Jacobs, but I jumped quickly into management. So my career, I went from being a graduate engineer and I moved into management fairly quickly. That's over 2 years.
That is something, you know, like, because it's special, and like it just shows you that you got God on your side.
100%.
Because and as well as you put the work as well, because you can imagine 2 years time. Some people, it might take 5 to 10 years to even get.
Let's say just over 2, maybe 2.5 years, something like that. About 2.5 years, but it was still, in the grand scheme of things, it wasn't a long time.
Yeah, so it's like that not being a long time, and people hearing your story, they could probably say, "What? Are you sure?"
100%.
Like 100%. There'll be no people, because I always say when I was younger, like I used to always say, God, why me? When life wasn't always going right for me, but we got to a level where people are saying, God, why him? You understand? And that's how I sort of liken you getting into management in 2.5 years, 2 to 3 years, whereas somebody else, they might take, like I said, 5 to 10. Between that, they might be distracted and whatnot, and they're probably looking at you like, why him? But during that situation that you were going through, that whole period, you were probably saying, God, why me? Like, what's all this? Can't I just be rich already?
Yeah, I understand 100%. And one thing about me, I always try to go for the next level.
Yeah.
Even whilst I was working. Yeah. That was very important to me. I wasn't satisfied with being at this, at a particular level. Once I'm there, I'm looking at how can I increase this? How can I do better? And how can I go for the next position?
Yep.
So just to move on quickly with the story, with what we're discussing, I ended up working for a company in London called Ringway Jacobs. I moved into management fairly quickly, and that was challenging, but it was also a great experience. Working in London now, in North London, and my son's just been born. And I think it lasted maybe 6 months. And I remember I kept saying to my partner at the time, well, who's still my partner now, I just want to start my own business. That's the conversation every night. I just want to start my own business.
Yep.
I wasn't too fussed at the time what it was. Because I was working in construction.
Yep.
I found myself leaning more towards that industry.
Okay.
And that's where I started. But after 6 months, I remember I went into work. I planned it. I went into work. I remember I had my son. We've got a new flat that we're living in, a very nice place. And there's a lot of costs and expense, heavy expenses at the time, taking care of my family and stuff like that.
100%.
And I said, you know what? I've got nothing to lose. I've never been afraid to take a risk. Where sometimes people may think too much and procrastinate, I'm totally different. I'll just take action and say, I'm just going to try it. Whether I win, whether I fail, I'm going to try. If it doesn't work, I've learned something, I'm going to try again in a much better way.
Sick. And just a quick one. I want you to sort of like explain to the people out there the importance sometimes in taking these risks. Like, because I feel like a lot of people are so comfortable. I think in one of my previous episodes, I spoke to someone and I said to them, a lot of people wouldn't mind going into work as long as that salary just pays their bills. They go on holiday once or twice. Maybe they drive their car and whatnot, and that's it. They're happy. But I always say to people, like, there's so much more to life. However, it's all about taking that risk. So how important would you say just risk taking is?
It's the most important thing. But just to add to what you said, everybody's different. Yeah. And I understand that now. I was a lot more insensitive to it before, where I wouldn't understand why somebody wouldn't want to go down the same route that I have. But what I've realised now, we've matured so much in our life, bro. As long as you're happy with what you're doing, if you're truly happy in your heart and you are happy with where you are and what you're doing, if you're in a career or whatever it is, then you've won. But if you know you're not happy and you don't want to do what you're doing, you want to try something else, and you don't do it, then that's when I say you should be risk adverse. Like, you should look at how you can do something different.
Yeah.
You should look at how you can maybe start working on that thing maybe once or twice in a week.
Yep.
If you're scared to just leave what you're doing straight away. By the way, I don't recommend just leaving your career and jump in the deep end like I did. You have to have the heart to do it.
Yeah.
It's tough. I wouldn't change it personally for myself. I work really well under pressure. But let's say, for example, somebody's a bit old, this age that we are now, and they probably have a family. Maybe they've got a mortgage or they've got all these different expenses and commitments. They can't just leave their career and start. They need to balance it and be a bit more smart with things.
No, I agree.
So I definitely think it's important to take risk. Without taking risk, you can't grow. You can't grow. It's a fact.
Literally. So no, I love that. I love that answer. But you were going back to how you're telling the missus that you actually want to work for yourself.
Yeah. So, but the good thing about my setup is my partner. She's very supportive. I mean, very supportive. And when I spoke to her about it, she said, "Do it." She said, I know you want to do something different. I know you want to go out on your own and build your own business. And her exact words was, "Don't worry about me and our son at the time. I can take care of everything. Like me and him. Just do what you need to do."
That is so.
I'll never forget that conversation,
bro. Like, I'm sorry to cut you off. Like, I feel like I'm due to cut you off because you're saying so much important things that just need to be highlighted. Like the importance of having a partner that is aligned,
supportive,
like.
Bro. Literally.
Listen, you better buy her Birkin bag, that one better be in the hey, wifey, I got your back, I'm joking.
Yeah, she's good. I take care of her. She's good.
Oh, of course. Bro, I trust you. But it's one of them ones, it's just like, just hearing that, her understanding, the communication, there's clarity, you all know where you stand, you all know your roles. And I think that's so important when you're engaging in the risk that you had to take, because I can imagine you probably telling your missus, "I want to work for myself." She could have easily said, "Do you think that will work?" I don't think but you're doing engineering, like you're making enough money.
Yeah.
Like just basically telling you, shut the hell up and just get back to work.
Just get back to work. Yeah, 100%. And it's good you said that, because when I quit my career and started my business, how old is my son now? He's going to be 8 in March. So I'm 35 now.
Come on.
So, we're looking at, how old was I? Looking at like 27? 27. I'm working a good job.
Yeah.
I've got a very nice company car.
Yeah.
I'm earning about 40 grand per year.
Yeah.
And I'm already in management in my industry. So I've got a nice house. We're not struggling. Everything's going great, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
To some people, that's the epitome. Okay, you're on your way. In a couple years' time, you'll be on 50, 60, 70 grand. You'll be on 100 grand in no time.
Yeah.
To some people, that's like the epitome. That's, wow, you've made it. I didn't see it that way. The reason why, when I was working, I'm sitting across the table from those that are senior management, the position that I'm going to fill in years to come. And I'm seeing how they're always complaining about what they haven't got, and they're struggling with this. And even though they're driving, I don't know, big BMW 5 Series, 7 Series, whatever it is, they're coming to work, company car, and they've got this nice home and stuff like that. I can just see how they weren't happy, they weren't content. And I said to myself, I don't want to be that person.
At all.
I don't want to be that person.
And no, bro, and like just hearing that alone, like I fully agree, man. Like even nowadays, sometimes even when I go into the office at work, obviously I do accounting. Yeah. Like going to the office, like I already don't want to be there, but I know my purpose, why I'm there, the reason behind getting paid all that money and what I'm using it for. But then when you see other people there, you can see the negativity. Like we're just thankful that we've made that sort of sacrifice, that risk. And we're not just resting on our laurels, being in a comfort zone and just, like we said, obviously everyone's not a monolith. We don't all operate and think the same. Some people are actually happy being, that salary covers their bills. But sometimes it's the people, like he said, that you could tell they're not happy. And like, thankfully, we're not sponges that we just soak up that negativity and now we sort of bring it into our own life and now you're not happy. You see, otherwise that's just going to be a workforce of just unhappy workers.
100%.
But it's just a case of like, even going into work, hearing people talk like that. The best thing, my advice to all the people listening is just not to subscribe to their negative
just their negative mindset.
That's it, yeah. Their mentality.
The mindset, the mentality.
Yeah.
Their whole being negative in general. I just want to add to that.
Yeah.
Something I'll say. If you want to do something and there's people around you that try to maybe throw you off or project their negativity onto you and say you can't do it for any reason, don't listen to them. People like to project their negativity based on their own limitations. For example, if you want to build a company or you want to go for a certain job or you want to enter a certain career, whatever that is, have the conviction in your heart that you can make it happen. Try to get into the right rooms, try to meet the right people, look at others that have done the same thing and try to learn from them. And the people that try to deter you from that, don't listen to them, because 9 times out of 10 or 10 times out of 10, they're not trying to do nothing themselves.
Exactly.
And it's a fact.
Bro, it's a fact. Bro, like and subscribe. Bro, you summed that up perfectly.
That's it.
Like, and obviously talking about, wifey, she's supporting you and, looking after the kids while you're really trying to make the next transition in your career. We're moving to the marketing agency.
Yeah, so, just before the marketing agency, just to give you more of a timeline, the first company I started was a renovation business.
Yes.
So because I was working in construction, I was able to, I network really well. So I met a lot of good people, tradesmen, that do work in their own time as well. They have a 9 to 5 at work, but on the weekends and evenings, they're also working on extensions for a client that lives locally to them. Or they maybe work on a loft conversion or just doing work in the house, decoration and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I was able to find people that needed work to be done on their homes, and I was able to source good tradesmen and deliver the work for them. That's just something I just started doing just as a way to make money. Because I worked in construction, I networked really well, and I was able to find some really good tradesmen that can do all type of work, loft conversion, extensions, just, decorative work within a house, renovation, all types of stuff, plastering, painting, electrician, plumbers. So I was able to find people that needed this work to be done in their homes, and I could find very good tradesmen to come in and do the work.
Okay.
And make some money in the process. So I priced the job. I've got the contractors that are working for me. I agree a rate for them to get the job done. We have a timeline. It doesn't always go to plan, by the way, but I make a margin in between and deliver. Okay. And that's where I started. But then slowly from that, I kind of fell into property because I was meeting a lot of people within that industry.
Okay.
And then I fell into selling of properties, selling for most London developers at the time. Not something that I planned to get into, but I just found myself doing it. So let's say, for example, there was a commercial building that had to be sold in London. What I would do is I would tap into my network and try to find a buyer that may be interested in buying that commercial building. Wasn't always successful. Definitely pushed through a few good deals. But I was just doing it because I could. That wasn't the direction I wanted to go down. I just kind of fell into that.
Okay.
Do you see where I'm coming from?
But I do feel like, sorry to cut you off, it's like the time when you do fall into something, I feel like this is like the spirit talking. Like, I feel like that's God showing you that you're on your journey, but while you're on your journey, I'm giving you skills to equip yourself with. So when you do get to that final destination, it's not just that skill you have. You collected so many stuff. Now you are basically a complete package, and you're basically, as soon as you walk into your final destination, you have everything at your disposal. So like, I call them side missions. These are little side missions that we do, and then I can guarantee, maybe I'm wrong, that you acquiring that skill definitely helped you along the way in getting into the marketing agency.
You're right, because I get where you're coming from. The skills I acquired, a lot of sales. Sales was, you're dealing with people every single day.
Yeah.
And You're doing due diligence on the buyer, on whoever's selling their property. You're doing a lot of research as well to understand and analysing whether a deal was even workable. If it stacks, if it makes sense for anybody. You're now packaging that and presenting it to someone that may want to buy it as an attractive investment.
Yeah.
You now have to sell it to them, negotiate with them, negotiate with the sellers, negotiate with the buyers, and act as a middle person to be able to broker and successfully broker a deal. That in itself, it's a lot of experience there.
Yeah.
With the new venture that I'm building now, the marketing agency, I use those skills day in, day out.
Jeez.
Because sales, no matter what industry or what business you're in, whether it's a service-based business or direct-to-consumer, sales is the backbone of every successful business, whether you like it or not. Even an accountancy firm that you're working at, sales is how you onboard new brands, new companies, new clients.
Of course.
Without a solid and powerful sales team, how are you going to onboard new clients and new brands or new companies to work with?
I'm not lying still.
Without operations and specialists that are able to deliver on the work, how are you going to deliver work to a great standard? Without aftercare and making sure that your clients feel like they're well taken care of, they can speak to somebody, how are you going to retain them?
That's true. Even as you're asking me, I'm looking at the camera like, I don't have the answer. I don't have the answer. no, but it's true. Like, and definitely that is the most important probably department in every company. Like you said, like new clients don't come on board when it comes.
You have to scout them. You have to find them. You have to attract them. How are you going to do that? It's all a sales process.
Jeez. Man, like Roy, we're talking, bro.
It's all a sales process.
Come on, like, you know what it is? Like, I love this conversation because it's like, don't get me wrong, we had similar conversations probably during uni times of dreams and ambition, but it's like, now we're actually making it happen. Like, we're established and we're still having these conversations, and it's like, it's getting better and better because it's like, as I'm even listening to you right now, I'm even soaking up a lot of stuff that I can apply to the pods, to my everyday life, to family life, and even my normal 9 to 5. Like, what did they say? The student has become the teacher now, fam. Obviously carry on, bro, because obviously you're talking about before the marketing agency, the renovation.
Yeah, it was a renovation. I fell into property, and it was like an estate agency, but we were more like a consultancy business. Because you see, even though I'm explaining all of these things, along that journey of the estate agency / consultancy, there was still a lot to learn in order for me to grow. I'm doing a lot of these things without any experience. I'm just working. And I'm going at things every day. I'm learning on the job. And naturally, as you're learning on the job, you're making a lot of mistakes as well.
100%, yeah.
A lot of mess-ups. A lot of, things that could have been done a lot better. 110%. But I don't regret anything because all of these things help you to grow and become better.
Yes.
As long as, if you're making mistakes along your way, learn from every experience and try to become better every time and approach it in a different way. It helps you to grow as a person. Yeah. It's all progressive, isn't it? At the
Definitely
end of the day.
all progressive. And I find that sick. And obviously just a quick one because, like, I've been kept on going back to the renovation. Like, we're fast forwarding now, as long as we haven't skipped anything out to, marketing agency, third-party marketing now.
Okay, so the agency that I'm basically building right now, we're 2 years plus, just over 2 years in. We're coming to 3 years, actually.
What's the name of the agency?
It's called PIV Media.
PIV Media. Yeah, you guys, write that down. Write that down.
PIV Media. PIV-media.com.
Yeah, okay.
That's the website. So that company is built around helping brands to scale and to grow.
Okay.
Whether you're a service-based business, and that could be an accountancy firm, it could be a local business, brick-and-mortar business, it could be a consulting company. Yep. It could be an estate agency. Those are all service-based businesses. But then on the flip side, you have direct-to-consumer businesses, e-commerce, people that are selling directly through their website, product-based businesses. We help them to build more growth by using social media. So that can be done through content creation. Yep. Organic content creation. Yep. things such as paid advertisement, running ads on all social platforms, whether that's Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, even Google. There's so many ways for you to advertise your business. We also cover retention marketing, which is done through emails, so email marketing.
Yep.
Helping brands to be able to bring customers back into their sales funnel and recapture people that may have come to their site, maybe added to basket and just disappeared.
Oh, okay.
Recapturing that person to come back into the funnel and making a purchase. This is a big part of the business. Being able to, if a brand's making a certain amount per month, organically and through ads, and on top of doing that, there's people that are not buying, but they're coming through, they're adding to cart, they start and check out and disappearing, you can increase their revenue by having very good email marketing campaigns and automated email flows. That's key.
Jeez, that's proper. Bro.
Yeah, but it happens to you day to day. Let's say, for example, you go onto a website tomorrow and you add a pair of trainers into the basket and you get emails about, you forgot this in your basket, there's this new offer, there's this other product that you may also like, or let's say you viewed something on a website that you've previously been on, you've looked at a pair of jeans or a shirt, and then you get an email about that same shirt. Oh, what did you think of this? Did you like it?
So you people are responsible. I'm getting a lot of emails saying I left it in the bag. I said, leave me alone. No. I don't want it. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, so that's one service.
Yeah.
As well as doing that, we also help brands with strategy.
Yes.
And how to roll out a product. And in a nutshell, those are the areas that we cover, basically.
Well, I think that's so interesting, because banter aside, sometimes you tend to, the simple mind will be like, how do they know I still got, or how do they know that I just visited this place, like even all the cookies and all of these sort of things. But like you said, the strategy behind it is, let's be real, it's A1 because I would say out of 10 people, maybe 6-7 people are revisiting that website due to the notification that you guys have probably structured and put out there. Whereas 3 people may just ignore it. So you can actually see that it makes sense. And sometimes you have to, how can I say, you have to spoon feed customers sometimes. You have to really simplify things down because you could just say, oh, maybe just a normal email, you left this in your basket. There's no link, no nothing. They're not going to remember to go on the internet and That's where you guys are putting the steps in place. Click here to have a view or You see what I'm trying to say?
This is where your offers come into place.
Okay.
So when it comes to marketing, whether we like it or not, it's human psychology.
Okay.
It's human psychology. So the more touch points you have with a customer, the more likely you'll be able to convert that person into... So the more touch points you have with a potential customer, the likelihood of you turning that person into an actual customer. So let's say, for example, you're on social media, you engage with a page that sells a particular product.
Yeah. You
look at it a bit longer than you need to. Maybe you like it, maybe you comment or something, or maybe you share it with somebody.
Yeah.
You might start seeing more. You might start seeing more of that.
Yeah.
Then you may start being hit with an ad from that company and other similar companies within that same industry selling similar products. Okay. You may click on one of those ads and go to the website. Once you're on the website, you may browse. Even the website is structured in such a way where you're likely to become a customer. It's not just done by coincidence. It's been thought about how you lay out your web funnel. Yeah. With certain offers aligned a certain way. It slowly brings you through, builds credibility, makes you feel like this is a great product. It solves a certain problem maybe, or it's a luxury product, whatever it is. It's all done with a lot of thought has gone behind. It's not just done just like that. Yeah. You may click on that, you may scroll, then you may disappear, and then an email, now the retention marketing, the email marketing comes into place. You'll now receive an email. What did you think of this product? You haven't purchased nothing, or you'll start to be educated on the brand. If you go onto a site and the pop-up comes up with put your email in to get 10% off, for example, you will get a 10% discount code, but then a good brand will enter you into a sequence where they're educating you on the brand over the next couple of weeks or 10 days or a week, for example. Okay. And it's not only about just sell, buy what I have. This is what our brand's all about. This is our values. This is what we sell. This is the problem that we solve. Here's our testimonials. All of these things is done, additional touch points to convert you into a customer.
And you know what's so crazy? As you're saying this all that now, yeah, it feels like, as you're saying, it feels like I know this, but I didn't know any of this. Like, I'll be honest with you, because you know, sometimes we have our tinfoil hats on. Obviously, I got the bucket hat on today. Shout out Agbaya. But it's a case of, we start to think of conspiracy. How did they know that? How did they know that I wanted AI is listening to me? But they're not understanding that before all the AI, all of this sort of stuff, the psychological, I don't want to say damage. What's a good word for it? The job's been done. The psychological job's been done. They got you on the website. They got you looking at all these sort of things. You're probably putting stuff in a wish list, like you said, and all of that sort of stuff. Saving your basket, and buy later, and forgetting that you've done all of that. Then you just go on Instagram, scroll, and start to think that they're just listening to my conversation.
That's it. It's the internet, and it's like,
it's crazy,
let's say,
man.
for example, you engage with a page, and they're also running ads on Google. And you may scroll on Google and you see the same brand with a different product or the same product. Because you've engaged with that page, you've now been entered into like a pool of people that are interested in that product or that brand. And if they're advertising the right way, they'll be able to, you know, have additional touch points with you across all different social platforms.
Okay.
And
like
that's basically how it works.
Even what you're saying, yeah, because like I've seen you put it into practice. Everything you're explaining now, I've seen some of your clips on Instagram where you're actually explaining to the viewer, this is actually what's been done, how it's been executed, and like, you know, do we plan on seeing more of these videos come out for different organizations?
100%. So when it comes down to making content, it's something that I only started doing in February of 2024.
Okay.
I remember the date, 20th of February 2024. That's when I started to make content to go on social media.
Jeez.
Prior to that, I was advising people how to do certain things. It felt hypocritical because I'm advising all these brands and helping all these creators to grow, but I'm not practicing it, I'm doing it myself. So to answer your question, yes, you will start seeing more videos about marketing strategies that are used by some of the biggest brands that we like. I like to call it third-party marketing videos, where you're basically breaking down how you're picking a brand and breaking down how they have successfully marketed themselves into becoming a successful business.
Okay.
It's not only marketing, it's branding, it's, you know, even how, let's say, for example, a brand is selling through a website, you can market as much as you like, have an enormous budget behind you. But even if that brand is not fulfilling the product to their customers on time, there's no customer care, then anything that you do can just go to waste, basically. So I'm speaking about these things online. I'm also showing what I'm doing for brands and how me and the team are helping brands to grow.
Yeah.
I'm speaking about the correct way to maybe run your paid ads, for example. I'm speaking about email marketing.
Yeah.
But I'm also sharing a lot of tools that a lot of these brands are using, and it's helping them to gather data, to make very smart decisions that are data-led, are not just working off of impulse or what they think is going to work. Actually using something that tells them, okay, we have people that are liking us in this demographic.
Yeah.
When people come to our website, they fall off at this point. Why is that? What do we have to change here in order to keep that person engaged and get them to buy something? So you will see a lot more content.
Jeez. You know, it's like, you people don't understand, like, you see, when it comes to my friends, yeah, and I mean this on a respectable thing, I'm like their biggest cheerleader. Like, hearing all this talk, and like, I'm so thankful that you come on the pod, and like, people are gonna check your stuff out 100%. Those who, you know, if you're tuned in, like, make sure, I'm gonna put all the information below. Make sure you check out Roy's marketing, the third party marketing, because I personally think that a lot of you guys will really be able to learn from what he's actually trying to show you. And we don't really have a lot of people in our community that's actually able and happy to show people these sort of show them the loopholes, the ins and outs, because I tend to feel like, you know, in our community there's a lot of gatekeeping. Like, you know so much, but you're happy to show people how it's done, whereas you could just say, you know what, I might as well just go back to work, maybe work for a year, get this money up, and just with everything I know, apply it to myself and forget everyone else. And like and I feel like one thing about you from uni, like to this day now, is that there's never how can I say this? There's no bone in you that shows me that you don't care for the people around you. I remember there were people.
I try my best for sure. I definitely try my best.
Bro, no, but it's a serious skill. It's a rare personality to have. Bro, like when I saw Ray first time, this guy was one big guy and I was just thinking, saw a man in the gym just, they were throwing the weights up and I'm thinking, nah, this Peckham meat is problems, bro. Like, but but it's one of them ones like the minute you spoke, like that stigma, all of that sort of profiling went away because I was like, raw, this guy's actually got a lot about him. And now, like, there's times where I see you try to advise people in uni. Come on, bro, like, you got this, man. Focus on the studies, Yeah. So it's a case of to see it 10 years on, and now you're actually actively on social media showing people how to get things. It's sick, man.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. And that was the aim. That was the whole point. Just when I started making content, the purpose was to share value.
Yeah.
Share 100% value. There's no need for you to gatekeep. At the end of the day, if I'm sharing information, how does that affect what I'm doing? Like, when you think about it, how does that affect what I'm doing? I'm still going to be working with brands. I've still got a really strong team within my business, and we deliver for brands and help them to grow and shoot content for them and run their paid ads and do all the stuff that I mentioned. Me speaking about third-party marketing, how does that affect what I'm doing?
It's crazy.
Like, there's so many. It's like, for example, me being in a marketing business and me thinking that because someone else, you start a marketing company or another friend starts a marketing company, that it somehow takes money out of my pocket. How? You know how big this world is.
It's crazy. And unfortunately, for those like who don't know, and I say unfortunately, it sounds funny, but there is actually enough money to go around. Like, for the people in the back who feel like there isn't, like you said, bro, this is a big ass world. Like, there's enough money to go around. Like, I always say to people, just because you may feel like you're the only one that knows that information, you may not be. There's people out there who actually know what you know, and you know, like, they're not trying to just gatekeep. They're actually helping the people. They're actually helping the community. And sorry, carry on.
No, but it's true. What you're saying is true. From the third-party marketing videos that I've made, my accounts is fairly small in the grand scheme of how big some social media pages are out there.
Yeah.
Okay? But the type of people that DM me, the people that follow me, the ones that send me messages, some really big people from, senior people from really big brands.
Proper.
And they reach out, love your videos. Maybe you can help our brand to do this or do something else. And then what happens is they will book in a call with me and my team. We'll share and speak with them about how we can support them.
Okay.
But we listen to what they're struggling with. We listen to how, things are going for them and what they've been doing themselves.
Yeah. And
we then understand how we can potentially step in and help them to grow even much, much further. Make them see things that they may not have noticed themselves.
Okay. All right, man. Man's just giving us way too much insight, bro. Feel like I might have to be a social marketing manager myself, all the gems you're giving me. But obviously, tell us, like, what's the long-term vision in all of this?
So you mean with the business or just in life?
Business and life. Just hearing your story already, and now you've just climbed up the ladders, like.
So for me, I always look at things different. There isn't nothing that I can't do, and that's what I believe.
Come on.
So at the moment, the company I'm building is Piv Media. It's the marketing agency. The aim is to always build it to become one of the most successful within the industry.
Okay.
And I know that I'll end up doing that with the help of my team, of course.
Amen to that.
But moving on from this, I don't know what the plan will be. I don't think you ever build a business to exit. A lot of the friends that I have, they've built some great businesses and they've ended up selling it on.
Yeah.
They've made millions in the process, and they're now involved in other ventures. But long term for me, I definitely at some point want to start investing more in businesses.
Okay.
From a private equity standpoint. that's definitely something that I want to start doing. I mean, I can still do this alongside the agency, but right now I'm focused on my one thing. There's a book that I've read, not to go off on a tangent. There's a book that I've read. It's by an author called Gary Keller.
Okay.
And he speaks about knowing your one thing. And the reason why I'm mentioning this is because there was a point on my journey as an entrepreneur when I was doing everything and anything. And I like to call it, I've seen it, it's called shiny object syndrome. Anything that looks good and looks shiny, you're doing it, you're jumping on it because you think it looks good to be doing all these different things at once. Maybe because you're looking at other entrepreneurs that are very successful and they own different sort of businesses. They have a huge portfolio of businesses, not realizing that before they got to that point, they had one business that they focused on. They grew. They done really well with that business.
Yeah.
And then once they made enough money and had infrastructure and teams, they were able to diversify and invest in other businesses and control a portfolio, from bird's eye view.
Yeah.
But by having all these different managers and directors and teams to help them to grow these different businesses. I say that for a reason. Right now, the one thing is the marketing agency. I've got much bigger plans and bigger goals, of course, but that's the focus right now.
Okay, and you know what it is, like, just everything you said right now, it's like, this sounds mad cheesy, like, but it's like, everything you said, it's like I see myself in you, in that way, because it's like, growing up, we started off rapping, making music, you see. Obviously, school now did business studies, media studies, you see, like, college went to do music technology and whatnot. So when it came to music production, I cleared that. You see, tick that one off the list. But I was still lacking in areas like media. I wasn't able to do the filming, the photography, filmography. Now, like, went to uni, studied business and accounting. You see, so it's one of them ones like, now I've acquired all these skills and it's basically what's made me who I am today. You see, so when it comes to production, man, I can cover that. When it comes to music, I can cover that. When it comes to the business aspect, I know that. Now, when it comes to even accounting, man, can do my own taxes. You see, so it's just about acquiring all these skills, and like the best way to put it is like Thanos. He's got all the stones in his hand. Obviously, I'm not a Marvel fan, innit? But I can't really go too deep in that. But he's got all the stones in his hand. So now it's like, that's how I see you now. It's like you're looking like the final, or coming close to the final package. And I think I think it's sick, man. Like, you have to, you people have to remember, like, I've known this guy over 15 years. So to see where you started from to where you got to now, some people can be giving testimony in church.
No, it's a journey for sure. And there's been a lot of adversity along the way.
100%.
And I definitely don't want to make it seem like it's been smooth sailing, because it hasn't. There's been a lot of adversity. I've had to rebuild a few times. I've done really, really well and made a lot of money. Yeah. And I've lost it all and rebuilt it. And I say, every entrepreneur that I've read about, they've kind of had similar stories where you're learning along the way. Yeah. And I had to grow from that young, immature, young boy mentality where you just want to spend your money on everything and anything, just stupid.
To a grown man.
And then you grow to a man and realize that there's more to life, there's much more important things. Now that I have children, I have a family, I rather put my money into smart investments that can secure their future. Jeez. I rather put my money into things that can help me make more, rather than just squandering it on things that don't mean nothing.
We really went from pouring champagne on our watches to now investing in our kids, bro. No, but this is how it is. When you're talking about the main thing you said right now is money. Bro, after this episode, I beg, Nando's on you. Yeah, 100%. You understand?
Yeah, we're good.
Are we covering the whole room here? Nando's
we're good.
Ray's giving me the eyes like, brother.
We're good. We're good.
I'm playing. So obviously, we just want to quickly move on to the personal brand. Yeah. Obviously, talk to us about it, and I'm sure you got a website for that as well.
So, I've got the agency website, which is piv-media.com. Yep. I've also got a personal brand website, which is my name, Roy, R-O-Y, Dano, D-A-N-O.co.uk. Yeah. Personal brand is important because we're living in a time where your personal brand is everything.
100%.
And the proof's in the pudding. For example, there's so many different social media personalities. There's so many social media personalities that own successful businesses,
Yeah.
but the founder's personal brand has a much bigger following than the business page. The reason being because people want to understand the story of those that have built the business.
Yeah.
They want to know more about you as a person. They want to know the why before the what.
Okay.
To be honest with you.
Yeah.
Or they want to know the who before the what. So personal brand is key because it helps you to build authority within your industry or whatever it is that you're trying to do. So let's say for me, the current venture is a marketing agency, but it's also a business.
Yeah.
I'm also someone that's got experience in life. I've accumulated wisdom along the way from failing and making tons of mistakes and just making stupid decisions, just to be blunt. And I have a story to share. I have advice I can give people that can probably help them to not make the same mistakes that I've made. And also people that may be starting out with the same type of business, I can probably help them and drop them some gems on things that they can do to help them grow a bit faster.
Sick.
So it's building authority. Since I've started pushing content out there, it's helped me build authority within the industry and overall as a business person or someone that understands and knows about branding and marketing really well. And it's clear as day because so much opportunities have came from that. I get so much different types of brands reach out, and my team obviously they jump on the sales calls with them, and we speak about how we can support them, and we onboard some of these brands as clients within the business and deliver for them. And a lot of it came from personal brand, as well as actually doing outreach and reaching out to people and stuff like that. Personal brand has helped a lot, and I think it's key.
No, 100. I think it's 100% key, and obviously you're testament to that. 100%. And I feel like long may it continue. And so I mean, like obviously you spoke about advice. Like you like to give advice out to the people. Then, like, what would be the advice you would give to your younger self if you met him, or the people that look up to you and want to get into your field of work?
So younger self is a good one. Yeah, I would definitely say always be diligent in all that you do. Yeah, and I would definitely say if there's something that you want to do, try to be around those who have already done it so you can learn from them. Always be honest in business and always try to be fair. It's dog eat dog out there, to be honest with you. Business, bro, you have to be savvy sometimes.
This is a madness. Yeah, it's a random one. I only found out the other week or two. It's what you say, dog eat dog. Yeah. Not all this time I've been saying it's a doggy dog world.
Doggy dog.
Doggy dog. I was thinking.
Dog eat dog, brother.
Dog, but I'm learning from you now, innit?
Dog eat dog. So, I mean, always try to be fair, be diligent, seek wisdom. Yes. It's real talk, seek wisdom, because it will take you a lot further. And try to be around those who are a lot further ahead so you can learn from them. That's key. That's definitely key. And in my case, for example, I've done the whole university, as you know. Yeah. And I do say to myself, I feel like I should have started sooner. But then again, should I have? The point I'm making is, when you want to do something, if you want to do something, just jump in the deep end and just try it. Yeah. And even if you fail, it's cool. You learn from your experience and try again. And don't allow other people's opinions to dictate how you live your life.
100%.
Yeah, just don't care. Just, if you want to do something, do it. You want to post something, you want to go for an opportunity. It could even be your parents, siblings, close friends, spouse, whatever. Doesn't matter. If that's what you want to do, just go for it.
Jeez, come on.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's it.
Ray Dano.
That's it.
Jeez, that's it, bro. What kind of... Well, this is an honour, to even be sitting with the man himself, bro. You're doing a lot of big things, brother.
We're working. We're definitely working. We're trying to push boundaries. We are pushing boundaries. Yeah. And I want to show people, or the young ones that are coming up, after us, that you don't have to get into negative nonsense. Yeah. To be able to become something. If you want to make millions of pounds and you want to make billions, whatever, right? You don't have to indulge in negative stuff.
100%.
Throughout my career in entrepreneurship, and this isn't to brag, we've definitely netted millions so far. and I've definitely messed it all up, and I've had to rebuild it again. You know, but not like I'm still there now. I've made some great investments, and there's some great stuff that I've done, you know, and I still have these things, and it helps me a lot.
Yeah.
But the point I'm making is, if you want to do well, don't fall. You can do it legitimately. It doesn't have to be quick. Doesn't matter. On social media, especially, it sounds like everyone's doing great, but we're all struggling in some way, somehow.
100%.
Even with me, we have problems 24/7 that we're trying to solve. We can make it look good. Doesn't matter what car I'm driving. Doesn't matter about all of that stuff. All of us are struggling some way, somehow. So just slow and steady. Doesn't have to be quick, fast. Just because you see someone doing this, posting this, don't forget all of that. Just stay on your journey, grow at your own pace, and as long as you stick to your plan and you focus, you'll be alright.
Jeez. Come on, man. Ray Dano, the Agbaya show.
That's it,
Jeez,
man.
like, bro, blessings for you coming
on. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Yeah. And, bro, I can't lie. 100% part 2's coming. Because I need to see the developments of what's going on.
We'll definitely do another one.
You need to share those millions, big man.
We'll definitely do
Man needs some new shoes, bro.
Yeah, we'll definitely do another one. We'll definitely do another
No,
one.
100%. But, bro, like, thank you for coming on again. Agbaya show. Listen, we're out, man.
That's it. All right, take care.